Yes, you. Welcome to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast, a podcast for people who want to disrupt their lives for a good reason, to make it count. I'm your host, Jen Glantz, and every week I'll drop a new episode with stories from real people just like you, who woke up one morning and decided to make big changes, starting with small things. We'll cover topics like entrepreneurship, love, failure, and self-care. Hey, you're not getting any younger, so let's make this an adventure. Ready? My friends, guess what? We made it to the second month of the year, and perhaps you have a list of things that you wish you started in January, but you need a little pick-me-up to help make that happen. Try this, Sunsama. It's the only way that I am able to keep everything in my life running smoothly. I honestly don't feel like a mess right now because Sunsama is a virtual planning assistant that has helped me establish a routine, and it pulls in my emails, my calendar events, and my tasks into one single app, so I know exactly how to focus my day ahead. I have been super happy with the platform and hope you'll give it a try and plan your day in Sunsama. Click the link below to learn more. Hey, any youngers, it's me, your host, Jen Glantz, back with another episode of the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. Happy February of 2023 to you. Here's the deal. Let me make something super clear to you. You're never going to get another February of 2023. You're just never going to get it. And I know this is the shortest month of the year and we all sort of brush over February because it's so freaking cold out. But you're never going to get this month back in your entire life. And you're only a couple days into this month. So what in the world are you going to do? I know last week I spoke all about going slow, not giving into the hustle. And I mean that. I truly, truly mean that. And I'm not saying overwhelm your month with a million things on your calendar and to move through everything so fast. But I am saying when you have a new month in front of you, be intentional. What are the three things that you want to get done before the end of the month? And maybe one is career related. Maybe one is personal. Maybe one involves other people in your life. But you're never going to get this month back. To me and us New Yorkers and people in cold states, it's the coldest month of the year. It's the month that I don't want to leave this apartment. Even so, there are 3 things that I could do, that I could look forward to make this month stand out and matter. One way that I intentionally make months count is with my to-do list. And I always joke that I am a to-do list person. My to-do list has a to-do list, and that to-do list has its own to-do list. So I'll tell you exactly what I do and how I do it. And honestly, it keeps me organized. Like a lot of people always ask me, Jen, how do you do a million things? I run a business. I have 3 newsletters, a podcast, social media. I do a lot of different things, and the only way I'm able to actually do anything and stay motivated is because of my to-do list system. And to be honest with you, I do all of my to-do lists mostly on paper, so I'm going to share with you exactly what I do. So the very first thing I do at the end of every month is I sit down and I write down all of my goals for the next month. And I try to make these goals like super specific. So I have different categories. I have a Jen category, I have a career category, a finance category, I have a goofy category, an Adam category, like a fun category, things like that. And underneath each category, I only write down intentional things that I want to do that month. I'm not putting anything on the list that sounds dreamy or that sounds like, oh, it should be there, like read a book every day. Like I'm putting things on there that I have to get done, I want to get done, that I would be really proud of if I actually got done. I think the problem is when people make to-do lists for the month, what they end up doing is just putting on so much stuff. But over the years that I've been doing this, I realized like the less you put down, the more you're actually going to do. So I try not to put more than like 5 things per category. And if I do put more than 5 things per category, they're usually related to that one item. So if one of my goals is, okay, finish the last chapter of this book, underneath that I might say, write 2,000 words a day or whatever it is to help make that goal happen. Okay, so I sit down, I plot out the month goal. I've also started doing this with Adam because I feel like he needs to do this, and I also feel like we need to do this together. So that to-do list has my to-do list on it, his personal to-do list on it, and then our joint to-do list. And why that's important is because we can hold each other accountable, we can have shared goals as well, and during any free time we have where we're like, okay, should we sit there and watch 10 episodes of a show on Netflix, or should we work on our goals? We actually know exactly what to work on. So we have this joint to-do list system. Then every Sunday at night, usually like between 6 to 9 p.m., I choose 20 minutes where I sit down, look at the month to-do list, and I make a to-do list for the week. Now, the to-do list of the week has all the tasks I need to do that week for work and projects that I'm working on that have deadlines. But then I sprinkle in things from that master monthly to-do list. And that's important because it allows me to have a smaller to-do list to look at every single week. Because if you're just looking at your monthly goals every week, you end up doing nothing because everything seems so overwhelming. But if you look at a weekly schedule of what you want to do, it becomes a little bit more actionable and approachable. So that's Sunday night. The next thing I do, this is like a 3-step process, okay? Is every single morning after I do my workout between 8:50 and 9:15, I'm getting very specific here, is when I map out my day. And I usually have a to-do list for the day. So what I'll do is I'll break up you're going to think this is crazy. And some of you are like, Jen, this is way too much. But this is how it works. This is seriously how things get done. I break up my daily to-do list into 3 chunks: morning, afternoon, and night. So I put all the things I want to get done in the morning. That's usually from 9 a.m. to 12 or 12:30. Then I break for lunch. Afternoon is 1:30 to usually 5. And then I have like a nighttime to-do list, which isn't really work tasks. It's more like clean out the closet or do joint things with Adam that are on our goal list or things like that. I have like a night list. So doing it this way allows me to know exactly how I'm going to focus every part of my day. If not, I'll end up sitting on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok all day, or just wasting my time checking email. It keeps me accountable. Do I finish everything on the daily to-do list? No. Most of the time I finish maybe 75%, and what I don't finish, I bump to another day. But at least I can sort of be able to organize my week by breaking it up day by day. This is super important. I know this works for me because as my own boss, I don't have anybody who is telling me what to do or holding me accountable. I have to hold myself accountable. But even if you work a full-time job, you can still have these to-do lists for your month, your week, and your day. Maybe your day one has less things on it and it's only a nighttime list, but even still, this will hold you accountable. So that's my 3-step to-do list. I'm telling you, I swear by this. It's the only way it keeps me accountable. It's the only way that I'm able to get anything done. Also, at the end of the month, there is no better feeling than looking at the month to-do list and seeing everything checked off. You're like, oh my God, I actually did things this month. It helps you just really take control of your life. So at the end of the month, I make my monthly to-do list for the next month. Every Sunday night, I make my weekly to-do list, and every morning, I make my daily to-do list. That's it. That's the process. If you give this a try, let me know. Just try it out. You never know what could happen. You might love it. You might not like it. If you have another method that works well for you, hit me up, let me know. Send me an email, jenglantz.com, or DM me on Instagram @jenglantz. Hopefully, you're reading the Monday Pick Me Up newsletter. You can get that at mondaypickmeup.com. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz.
Hey, you. Thank you for listening to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. There are hundreds of thousands of pods out there, so thank you for listening to this one. You can find the show notes for this week's episode up on our website, anyyounger.com. Subscribe, rate, and review the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast on iTunes so that other ears around the world can listen too. Oh, and join our secret You're Not Getting Any Younger Facebook group, where over 1,000 people are talking about how to disrupt their lives, for a good reason, to make it count. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz.